Republicans are chainsawing Medicaid to give tax cuts for Trump, Musk, and billionaires. If the Republicans are honest, what can Republicans cut in the budget resolution instead of reducing Medicaid for vulnerable people, many for red states that voted for Trump to provide tax cuts for Trump, Musk, and billionaires? The House GOP's budget resolution calls for significant spending cuts and tax reductions to slash federal spending by $2 trillion and provide up to $4.5 trillion in tax cuts. However, critics argue that this approach disproportionately affects vulnerable populations by targeting programs like Medicaid. Instead of reducing Medicaid, Republicans could consider alternative cuts or revenue-generating measures. Alternative budget cuts. 1. Defense spending. The U.S. spends more on defense than the next 10 countries combined. Reducing defense spending could free up significant funds without directly impacting vulnerable populations. 2. Corporate tax breaks. Instead of extending tax cuts for corporations, which are already highly profitable, the government could maintain or increase corporate tax rates to generate additional revenue. 3. Reforming tax deductions. Limiting or eliminating certain tax deductions that disproportionately benefit the wealthy, such as the mortgage interest deduction for high-value homes, could raise revenue. 4. Cutting non-essential programs. Reviewing and reducing funding for non-essential or underperforming government programs could help achieve budgetary goals without harming essential social services. Revenue-generating measures. 1. Carbon tax. Implementing a carbon tax could generate substantial revenue while addressing environmental concerns. 2. Wealth tax. A small tax on the ultra-wealthy could raise significant funds and address income inequality. 3. Closing tax loopholes. Closing tax loopholes that allow corporations and the wealthy to avoid paying their fair share could increase government revenue, social and economic benefits. Investing in infrastructure. Redirecting funds towards infrastructure projects can create jobs and stimulate economic growth. Education funding. Increasing investment in education can improve long-term economic outcomes and social mobility. Healthcare initiatives. Investing in public health initiatives can reduce long-term healthcare costs and improve overall population health. By exploring these alternatives, Republicans could achieve budgetary goals without compromising essential social services like Medicaid, ensuring that vulnerable populations are not disproportionately affected by budget cuts.